hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Purple Door Podcast, a Friends Rewatch pod. I am one of your hosts, Alasdair. I think I know my own name. Oh, it's been a long day alongside DeeAnn. DeeAnn, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, Mel. I'm doing great. We were just chatting, got a lot of work done at the house this weekend, and I'm excited to talk about some friends.
Yeah, we spent this afternoon. We went to the Macaroni and Cheese Festival in Denton, which was tons of fun.
How fun!
Yeah, we'd never done it before, and part of my trying to do things, but instead of saying I don't have the time, is you know what, stuff like that. Instead of saying we'll do it next year, let's go this year. And Kate had tickets, so we went and we had lots of fun. Um,
Okay,
mhm.
so I need to know a little bit more about a macaroni and cheese festival.
All right, so we didn't know what to expect, but basically there were three locations, three different bars, and at each bar there was maybe 10 different local companies represented, usually, or most of them were local restaurants, but there were some, like there was a bookshop and other places, and they all brought their own macaroni and cheese that's somebody who works there has a special recipe or the recipe is influenced by what that restaurant sells.
Okay.
So basically you go to one location, there's like I said, between maybe 5 and 10 places represented, and you get given a little cup from each one, and you try all the different macaroni and cheeses, and you let it digest, and then you walk to the second location, do the same, and then to the third location, and then you vote for the winner online, which one you thought was best.
Okay,
Um,
and
so I must say, we know our favorite. Both Kate and I agreed. You will know of Komodo Local. There's a
oh
restaurant,
yes.
yeah, just off
Mhm.
the Denton Square. They did a crab rangoon pasta that had something crunchy in it. I forget what it was. Little wontons, and oh, it was delicious. But I got to tell you, that ended up being both of our favorites. But before that one, there's a quite a fancy establishment. Kate and I've never been, called Queenie's, just off the square. I don't know if you've ever been to Queenie's, Deanne.
I've not even heard of it.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden. It's quite a an expensive. We'll just say expensive steakhouse that is right off the square, but unless you know it's there, you don't really pass it. It's out of our price range. Anyway, they made a breakfast macaroni and cheese, which
Oh.
sounds odd, but had this seasoned sausage and egg and thing. Absolutely delicious. Like you wouldn't think, but it was really good. Um, all the money you buy tickets in advance, all the money raised goes to paying off the lunch accounts of Denton ISD students who owe money.
Oh, that's great.
It's I think it's usually around 15,000 that gets raised, and every penny goes to help kids out at this time of year. So very very good cause. Um, but yeah, we were there. I don't know, 2 or 3 hours all in all. We took our time. Well, we bumped into Sylvia Naples. Um,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, hadn't seen her
Aw.
in a while. A mutual friend of ours we hadn't seen in a while. But yeah, a lot of fun. I would highly recommend it, and it wasn't too busy at all. Like it's a very leisurely thing.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
but I don't know if at the two parties that are in this episode they even had macaroni and cheese. Come to think of it,
And no,
that's my attempt to
they've got some
segue.
poached salmon and salmon mousse and
Yeah, and a flan.
whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
N-
Oh.
not
Yeah.
necessarily my kind of party food, I must say.
Yeah.
Um,
You might not be fancy on the inside.
that's right. That's right. Well, let's see. I think I've got about a dozen questions for you. How are you looking this week,
Oh
question
man,
wise?
I've only got 8.
All right. Well,
Wow.
why don't you
Huh.
start off? Well, I can like every week. I think what's the best way to do this? I don't think it matters. Um,
Yeah.
should I start because I've got the most?
Yes, you
All
start.
right.
You go first.
All right. Well, where does Chandler say his cousin went on a football scholarship?
To hell.
Indeed, indeed. Yes. A good line. A good line.
That was funny. Okay, whenever we see Gunther at the party, what color's his tie? That's kind of ugly, but whatever.
Oh, is it red?
It is! Nice
Yes. Because
job.
I think I remember trying to see what was on, if there was something on it, but I think it's just an ugly pattern, to be
That,
honest.
well, no, it's just red. His shirt is a
That's
terrible,
right. That's right. It's like a
terrible
strange
pattern, black
black and
and
white.
white.
Yes,
Yeah. Mhm.
that's right. All right, my question too for you. What famous person spoke at Rachel's sister's graduation?
Bishop Tutu?
Bishop Tutu, indeed. Yes, nicely done.
Okay. Is that a famous person?
He's quite a famous bishop. Like he's a I mean,
Oh.
he's not. I'm trying to think of another one, but he's made a lot of very big speech, usually related to Africa, I believe, and the plight of many of the people in Africa. Um,
Wow.
I believe
Okay.
he's one of the top bishops in the Anglican Church, if memory serves me right.
Huh.
Um, yeah,
Well,
Desmond Tutu is his name, and just famous for being very well spoken. I'm not sure if he's still alive, actually.
huh.
Now I feel like I have to look it up. Um,
Yeah, I have no idea who that is. I thought that was just a random funny name.
no, yeah, head of
Yeah.
the
Wow.
Anglican Church. He passed away about 4 years ago.
Dang.
Research,
Okay.
yeah, just he was quite, if I remember rightly, during apartheid and things in South Africa, was quite an important figure at that time. Yeah,
Hmm.
Archbishop. I think it was Archbishop Desmond Tutu. That's who he is.
Well, there you
So
go.
there you
Okay.
go. A little
Hmm.
history lesson or something. I don't know. That's who it was.
All right. So, what is Dr. Green's preferred drink? Not your dad, Dr. Green, and not you, soon to be Dr. Green, but Dr. Green on the show.
That Dr. Green. That I believe is a Scotch neat, no ice.
There you go. Very
Yes.
good.
We'll get into that when Ross has that later. I do enjoy that scene a whole bunch. Um, all right, I've
Yes.
got a two-parter for you. When Rachel's parents arrive at Monica's party, what color coat is each one wearing?
Um. Okay. The mom is wearing pink.
She is indeed.
Yes, and then the dad, it's it's a sailing coat. Is it navy blue or is it red?
I'm going to give it to you. It's red. He's got a blue and white
Okay.
shirt on underneath it. Does all of it has a kind of
It's
nautical
nautical
theme?
theme.
Yes, yeah, which ties into
His
you
boat.
work on a boat. Yes.
Yes. All right. How? Oh. Okay. Wait. What did Mrs. Green spend $12,000 on? And
12,
Mrs. Green, not your Mrs. Green, not your mom, Mrs. Green, but Mrs.
but
Green
this
from the
Mrs.
show.
Green, different Mrs. Green. Well,
Mhm.
I'm gonna guess it's. Well, I've written down one of my questions, and I'm guessing that one of us has either added or omitted a zero. How much did Mrs. Green spend on bonsai trees? And
Uh
I've got
oh.
12. I've got 1,200. But it could
Oh, and
well
it
have been.
might be 1,200. Hang
It
on.
might be twelve
Ah,
thousand.
I put it. No, it's 1,200.
Is it?
Later on in my notes, I put 1,200. Sorry.
No,
Yes,
quite
bonsai
all
tree.
right.
Yes, yes.
um,
Maybe by today's standards, $1,200 is the
exactly.
same as 12,000.
You just adjusted for inflation, and I appreciate that.
I did. Yes.
Indeed.
Uh, it's important to me.
It's a, it
Realism.
is. All right. Well, on the theme of coloured coats that I had in the previous question, at the party, Phoebe is wearing a dress that is predominantly what two colours? And there was a
Re-
oh,
Pink and green.
pink and green. And just for a bonus point, why do you think that at this time of year, not really the time of year, There's something happening soon, and that dress stood out to me. I'm trying to think how to give you a fair hint because that wasn't fair.
Is it
So
Easter?
it's not Easter. Something happens in the next couple of weeks. That is a very important
It's
deal to my.
Thanksgiving.
It's not well, it is, but something's happening that my Mrs. Green is very excited about.
What?
Christmas.
Not Christmas. There's
What?
something. There's something coming out at the movies.
Oh.
Something coming out in the movies. Oh, Wicked.
Wicked, and so all I've seen is pink and green stuff. And when I saw that, I thought that looks like a Wicked dress.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, sorry, that was a very long tangent to something not very interesting. But there you have it.
I love it. All right. So, what was Chandler's regime to help him handle his parents' divorce?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me think. It was a regiment of. I feel like I've got. Is there three parts to it?
Nope, just
Okay,
two.
okay. Is it self-loathing and wetting the bed?
Oh, it's so close.
Ah, you know, I don't think I have it in my notes. What have you got for me?
Denial and wetting the bed.
Denial. Oh, denial, wetting the bed. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you, what did Ross get Rachel for her birthday?
It's my question number 6. Earrings
Earrings,
that
indeed.
she can return.
Yes, which she's perhaps more excited about than just the earrings themselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What was Rachel's birthday wish?
Oh, that the flan would get ruined or something. Yes, at the very end.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I do love that, the way the ball lands in it. All right. Let's see. I'm going to jump to not the order of my questions because you've already mentioned this. What does Ross warn Mrs. Green to steer clear of? You didn't. You mentioned it in a different context.
What does Ross warn Mrs. Green to
Just
steer clear of?
Yep, they're at the party in Monica's apartment. Let's think. He's just come back. He's been away for a few minutes. Um, Trying to see what other hint I can give you to nudge you in the right direction.
Dang.
You mentioned this when I said that I didn't think there was macaroni and cheese at the party.
Oh, the
Yes.
bathroom, this salmon mousse.
Yes, steer clear of the salmon mousse. That's it.
Yes, which is, I feel like we've talked about salmon mousse before.
I
Just the
do.
idea of it is gross.
Yeah, I feel like we have discussed fish consistency at some point. Perhaps it was with the mocklet or something. I don't quite remember.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. So, who does the girl at the party think Chandler is?
That's my next question. That would be Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Let's see. What kind of doctor can we deduce Dr. Green is?
He's a heart surgeon.
That's exactly what I've got. I'm not sure if we know that for sure, but obviously we can make
The
a pretty
world
good
of
guess.
vascular surgery. And
Yes.
that's not a game.
It's not a game, Ross. That's right.
All right. So, what color are Monica, Rachel, Chandler, and Phoebe wearing?
My goodness. All right. I is Monica wearing a black dress? Monica.
So,
Yeah.
Phoebe is not wearing predominantly this color, but the other three are. Like
Okay.
Monica, Rachel, and Chandler are all wearing predominantly the same color.
Oh, the same color. Okay. In
Uh-huh.
my head,
Is
Chandler.
the answer, there's only one answer. It's
I
just
see.
one
I
color.
see.
What
Is it
color?
is it green?
It is green.
I just remember Chandler having kind of like a dark olive green shirt. I think.
And then Rachel has the weird chameleon green dress, and then Monica has the light green dress, and then Phoebe's
Yes,
wearing the half green, half pink.
that's right.
Yep.
That's right. Well, speaking of green, who wears glasses like Dr. Green?
Oh, dang. Because he says that these are very popular.
Yep,
Even, oh gosh, who? Mm-mm. Is
it's
it
one
like?
of those people I know their name, but I couldn't have told you
Is
what
it?
from.
Oh, is it like Hank? Somebody like it's a singer.
Yeah, it's a singer, songwriter. I think everyone knows his name, but not many of us would be able to say, "All right, here's some songs." And
Dang.
maybe I'm wrong there, but that's just kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I can't think of what his name is right now.
That would be Neil Sedaka.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
couldn't tell you what he sings, but yeah.
no, but
Mhm.
we know his name. Definitely one of
Mhm.
those guys.
Yeah.
All right, I've got three left. Do you have one left for me?
Nope. I'm all out.
All right, well, let me fire these three quickly at you.
I'm ready.
There's one that
I'm
I'm really
ready.
glad you didn't ask me because I've been excited about it. But first of all, why does Monica want the boys to keep the noise down? What's she about to do? She comes through and she's like, "You need to keep it down. We're about to."
Oh, they're about to play Boggle.
They are indeed. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Um, Second last question. What does Mrs. Green leave on the table for Monica?
Oh, her 10 verbs.
Her 10
She
verbs.
was
Let's see if we can
slut.
make it three for three of these
All right.
extra questions. All right. What five nicknames was Chandler given when his parents were divorcing?
Tiger,
Yep.
champ,
Yep.
chief,
Yep.
sport, and
And
even a governor.
mate, you that are on fire. Look at you go.
Mhm.
That is
Yep,
good
that
going.
I love that scene.
Yes.
That scene is so good to me. Like I love it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
yeah.
it's a really nice moment. I'm looking forward to us getting there, but we are starting off in the diner. I know you enjoy this diner a lot. Um,
I do. I love this diner.
yeah,
And
it. I hope I don't really know how much of it we get to see. I know we see more of it.
yes,
Julio, Pete, but it is a
yeah.
great location. So the more diner, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Same, same. Oh, and I can't. You mentioned Julio last time, and I had forgotten about him. But yes, I can't remember, or I can't wait for it. The empty vase.
Right, it's so pretentious, isn't it?
Yes,
It's just so funny.
yes, it's
Um,
so good. Yes, he's so such a
the,
poet.
he is
Uh-huh.
a poet, and he doesn't know it. Except he does.
Whoa.
But they're talking about Rachel's party, and Monica wants to poach things. Now, I don't know how you feel about this. I'm not. There's nothing that really gets better by poaching. I'm thinking there's fish and there's eggs. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not one for whom poaching is really something that happens in the kitchen. I don't think.
Okay. So I don't even know what it means. I know that I like a poached egg. I know I
Right?
do because that's what you have on a Benedict, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I had never even had an eggs Benedict until just a few years ago. And my friend Christina was like, "I really think you would like it." And I said, "Okay." And so I tried it and it was delicious. And now anytime that I go to that restaurant, that's what I get.
Yeah, there's no reason why it wouldn't be delicious. It's essentially, I always think of it as like sort of shallow frying something, but instead of oil, it's water. So it's like a very shallow boiling. So you're
Oh,
cooking the egg in, yeah, shallow boiling water. Same with the fish. There may be more to it than that, but in my head, um,
interesting.
that's just what poaching is. But yeah, it's not something that ever happens in our household. Um,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
no, not at our house
no.
either.
But the rest of the gang want pizza and beers, like low key, have some fun. I guess they don't want it
Okay,
to be special.
but my one of my favorite lines in this entire episode is right here at the very beginning. Whenever they're trying to, yeah, like get Monica to, just loosen up and have a party. And she's like, and whenever Phoebe says, I think fancy parties are only fun if you're fancy on the inside. And I'm just not sure that we are.
Right, yes. Like they've
And
really
I,
got to dig deep.
yes, well, and I was like, I feel that in my bones.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm not real sure that we're that fancy.
Right. Right. I mean, you might try maybe for a couple of hours of an evening, you have to act fancy, but deep down, we're not fancy.
Yeah.
No.
It reminds me of some friends of mine with the cheese, and we have cheese parties. I always want to be very fancy at the beginning.
Right. Right.
you
This
know? And
that's
then it's just fun.
it just
And
descends into us having everyone having fun, and
fun. Yes.
that's it's much better. It's much better that way.
Yes. I want to have a food committee at my next party though.
I think that sounds fun. Um, you know what? and I know it exists as a friend's cookbook out there. Maybe we need to have an evening of friends' food
Oh, that
out
would
there.
be fun,
That could be fun. Just a
actually.
good excuse to hang out
Yes.
in person and get together. Um, Now, I do have a question, and you will remember better than I. In this next scene, a car is mentioned. Have we discussed first cars? It
I
seems like
don't
I
I
right.
don't know if we have.
I don't know why. I don't remember that we have, but it seems like something we might have. But I don't remember that discussion happening.
Yeah, because I have no idea what your first car was.
Okay, well,
What was
so the reason I ask, it's dropped in very subtly. But Rachel says, they're talking about Rachel's party, and then she comes in. She's been at her sister's graduation, and she says,
Oh,
"Because I
about what she'll do for a is it a Celica?
says Celica," and I went back and re-listened. 'Cause I'm like, "Are they talking about the car?" And they must
Uh-huh.
be. And loosen the purse strings, cardiovascular Sergeant Doctor Green. I don't think a Toyota Celica was anything particularly fancy. And I was thinking, I know they offered Rachel a car, or I think if she would move back home, right
Mhm.
at the very beginning of the series, but I don't remember what kind of car it was, um, or if they said what kind of car it was. Maybe they didn't.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
anyway, what was your first car?
My first car was a Chevrolet Corsica, and it was teal, and it was beautiful. It was a little four-door, and you roll down, it had the crank wheels, and it was base model, but it was so pretty. It was the best color. The best
I
color.
I love it. And did it last you a couple of years?
It did. It lasted me through high school, and then it lasted me almost to the end of college.
That's
But I
pretty
ended
good
up
going.
blowing out I don't even know. It just didn't go anymore. Like
Right.
I think I blew up the engine. I don't know what I did. But it was a good car. It was a good car. It went a lot of places.
Good. That's
Mhm.
nice. You can hear that you've got some good memories with that car in your voice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Um
Um,
what was your first car?
so I mean, I didn't own one in Scotland. My family didn't have a car. So when I moved here, um, I remember bought it for $1,000. It was a 1970 Ford Ranger, which
Oh.
was a bigger truck than Rangers are now. It's more looked like an F-150. But the thing was, I say it was falling apart. It was fine as long as you didn't let it idle. So,
Okay.
which is a
So
small part.
don't stop at a light.
So if you stop at a light, I had to drive two-footed because as soon as you slow down, you needed to keep your foot on the accelerator too, revving the engine, otherwise it would die.
Oh
Um,
wow.
so I got quite good at driving with 2 feet, which A is not great, and B probably I'm not sure it's illegal, but it's just not good. Um, but that thing lasted for it wasn't bad. It was a year or two that thing lasted, and then I bought a F-150,
Nice.
which I loved that truck. It was a model called a flare side, I think, and it kind of looked like a really old truck, but wasn't. And I loved the way it looked, and somebody smashed into it, and it got totaled. And I was
Oh.
very sad about that.
Oh.
I felt more sad. The lady, I won't go down this rabbit hole too much. It was going down I-35 near downtown Dallas, and a lady had bought a really expensive sports car and lost control of it and then went across traffic and sort of T-boned me in the side. And I was fine, and she remarkably was fine because she was in a very low-profile sports car. And she pulled over, and she was a lovely lady, but she was so upset because she just bought this, and I think it was too powerful because she just lost control of it. Um,
Wow.
so, I mean, I was fine, sad about my truck, but I really felt bad for that lady because she was heartbroken. Um,
Aw.
but she was fine. I was fine. Everyone was okay. That's the main thing. But yeah, Ford Ranger that you had to drive with 2 feet was how I got how I got my start in driving. Um, but they're planning Rachel's party, and Joey he's he keeps saying that people can't come because they steal stuff. Um, the whole thing is kind of sleazy, but I love his reaction where he's like, "All right, I didn't think you guys would buy that."
Yeah.
It's very, very funny. But poor old Rachel is dealing with the realities of divorce. Our parents were
Um,
fighting. Desmond Tutu had to shush them. Um, but Monica's already invited her mum to the party. So that we can kind of see where this one's going, I think. Let's
yeah.
see. Um, Now, if you have eaten a flan, that's what Monica has made. We come over to
I
the
do
girls'
not
apartment.
like that. I have
Right,
tried a bite of it once, and no
right.
thank you. That is not for me.
Yeah,
Not
I
for me.
I kind of feel like I must have tried it, but I don't remember when. Um, I
Yeah.
think my mum used to make flans. I think I'm going to need to ask her
Really?
about that. I think so.
See,
Um,
it's neat, and then that's the one where they like use the flame to make the top crispy, to make it like a little
right,
crispy
or like a
glaze on
flambe kind of
top.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, no, that's gross.
No.
Yeah.
Um, Now, I've got a question for you again here, because this is something I suspect might be related to a television show I've never seen. Rachel's dad arrives unexpectedly, then her mother arrives. But Chandler
Yes.
says, "What would Jack and Chrissy do?" Is that right?
Okay. I put that in my notes, and I should
Okay.
have asked you because you would not have gotten it.
I
That's
would not.
it's Three's Company. It's
Okay, I
a
must tell
horror.
you, I'm sitting here in the office. Kate's at her desk, nodding away.
Mhm.
She knows exactly what that's all about.
Of
Yep.
course she does.
Of course
Yes.
she does. Yes.
You got Mr. Roper. See, they've made a lot of comments in this series so far to this point about Three's Company.
Right, I feel that this show has come up
Yeah.
at least a couple of times now.
Are you familiar with that show at all?
I've never seen it. I know nothing about it. I just know that there was a television show called Three's Company.
Okay, and so what it was is they had an apartment, and it was oh shoot, I can't think of it. I had his name and now it's out. Ritter, whatever, somebody Ritter. Um but he played Jack, and then he had two roommates, and like partway through the series they switched out, but a brunette and then a blonde. And the reason, and Mr. Roper and Mrs. Roper are the landlords. And the only reason that he's allowed to live there is because they believe he's gay. But it's very on the down low. Like I didn't realize that there was that level. I didn't understand that whenever I was younger. But then you go
Right.
back and you watch it now and you're like, "Oh, Mr. Roper thinks that Jack's gay and that's why it's okay that he's living in the same apartment with these girls."
Right.
And so it's just a whole lot of shenanigans and, trying to keep up the facade and then yeah, just silly, inappropriate things that I didn't understand whenever I was younger either.
Of
But
course, yeah, all these different layers.
uh-huh,
Yeah, John Ritter, who
that's
passed
them.
passed away very young, age 54. That was 20 something years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sad indeed. But yeah, it's one of those things. I think I just know from the legend that is that
Yeah.
show. I know it was an important show, but yeah, never seen it. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
at
It's
least the third reference I think we've come across.
yes. And there's a lot of very funny physical comedy in that show as well. So,
Right.
and then the fashion is awesome because it's, you know, what,
Just good
70s,
stuff.
80s, whenever that was. But yeah.
All right, Three's Company. I've got
Mhm.
another I've got lots of questions for you this week. I found as I was watching this episode. The next scene, the guests are getting funneled into the apartments. Chandler's leading all the girls into there, one and all the boys into the other one, which is such a Joey move, and I kind of love that Chandler's doing it instead. Um,
Mhm.
Rachel and Ross come up the stairs, and thank you for the earrings and the dinner. She goes into the girls' apartment. There's the surprise. She admits immediately that she knew. Now I was curious. I wasn't sure how I would react. Let's say your dear husband Joseph threw you a surprise party, would you
Mm-mm.
tell him immediately that you knew, or would you just try and thank you for the surprise? I had no idea. What
Yeah,
do you think?
no. Uh okay. I would want to know and I would do a great job at making everybody think that I didn't know, but I would not tell him in the moment at all.
Right,
I don't know that I would ever tell him that I knew.
right. It just felt a little odd to me that obviously these people, all of them, really Monica and well, all of them, they've all gone to effort, and to
Mhm.
immediately kind of go, oh yeah, I knew. I don't know. Just bugged me a
Well,
little, and I wasn't sure if that was a fair way to feel or not.
okay. Well, here's what's interesting is because you would think like, okay, so maybe it's because she's always honest or something like that, but she
Yeah,
just told Ross, "I love the earrings, they're perfect." And then he's like, "You can exchange them if you." Oh, that's great. So then that was a lie. But then why? You know what I mean? She I don't know.
yeah.
That,
Something about it didn't sit quite right with me.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah, cuz she's a little bit of a brat and there you
a
go.
little bit, a little bit. But she finds out both. Rachel finds out both her parents are there. She finds out there's flan. The whole thing is falling apart. Um, and then, I mean, the rest of this show basically goes back and forth from the apartments all the way till the hallway at the end. Um,
Mhm.
and lots of very, very quick scenes. Like I said, Chandler has his friend who thinks his name is Dennis. Curious to know how that happened. I do love that Joey, I mean, just the absurdity. He's playing volleyball in Chandler's room. Chandler's room is tiny. How they're playing volleyball in there. Um,
The-
absurd, absurd. But
yeah,
I
and
do
why
kind of
in
love it.
Chandler's room? Like,
Right.
why not Joey's? I don't know.
it's
Yeah.
and it kind of this volleyball makes a recurring. This it just keeps going. This isn't a one-off joke, and I kind of love that. Um,
Yes.
and in the girls' apartment, Monica's just they're playing boring games, but you best make sure that the pen cap gets clicked back on.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's just any joy that could have been happening over there gets sucked out completely by Monica's neurotic behavior.
Her controlling and whatever because yeah, and could you imagine I I don't know. I do not enjoy being put on the spot
Right.
on things like that.
Right.
So write down your most embarrassing memory on this piece of paper for us to what? To what?
Right.
It reminds
Right.
me, I went to the worst training ever in my entire life back a few years ago. And it was on a piece of paper, we had to write down an interesting fact about ourselves, which, number one, why? And number two, like, for what? Like, and
Right.
then you get put on the spot, and it's like I can't think of a single thing that's interesting about myself. Like, what are you
It
talking
just
about?
it just like I was thinking about this, and I'm not going to ask you what your most embarrassing memory is, but I was thinking we've known each other for I know it's more than 10 years now. Let's just say 10 plus years. I wouldn't ask you your most embarrassing memory.
No,
Like I would put you on this, and this is all a bunch of strangers.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly. But
Just no.
and that lady, it was like 100 people in the room, and then she took everybody's cards, and then she would read it out loud, and then you had to say,
Yes,
"Oh yeah, that's mine," and then she would call on you to answer the question. And I was like, "This is horrible." Like,
absolutely
I
horrible.
will not be. And then on a bathroom break, I just went and stole mine, but
Right.
stole it back off of her table because I was like, I don't want to play. That sucks. But
Yeah,
yeah, and who's gonna share? I don't know. And
yeah,
everything about that is so annoying
yeah. I
because
would be pulling a Gunther without a doubt. Um,
right,
I'd be
yes,
trying to
or
get
those
out of
three
there.
other people, or the girls, or like all the people that are. Is it true they have beer
That
and
everything you've
music
heard
and
is true.
dancing?
I do love it. I
Oh.
love the kind of we go back and forth, like I said, a lot. There's the Phoebe story here where she's getting people out. Um, and
Yes.
There's Ross and all the awkwardness with Dr. Green. Starts
Oh,
off,
they
yeah,
never have not awkward encounters. Like
no,
every time throughout the entire series,
they just
him and
can't figure
Dr.
each other
Green.
out, can they? They can't get
Yeah,
this together.
no.
Um, they start off making small talk. Well, let's see, Ross. This is the scene, right, where Ross goes to get Dr. Green a Scotch neat, and he ends up
Mm,
talking to Rachel's mom. Do we know her name? Her name is, if we know, it's escaped me. She's Mrs. Green in my head.
yeah, and we do, but I
Yeah,
don't know what it is.
but I just love when Ross starts talking to her. And this is where he ends up with the drink, the glasses, the cigarettes, the whole thing. Um,
Yes, and then Mrs. Green is trying to put Rachel in therapy.
yes. And we will talk about this a little later on, but the way Ross has like the cigarette like hanging out of his mouth, I don't know
Mhm.
why I find it so funny.
Cuz it's
And just
hilarious.
it's just there's something to that. Um,
Well,
when he
and then
goes
it
out in the hall,
to his lip.
yes. And he's warming the earpieces and moistening the tip, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Um, Now, this is where, he says that Neil Sedaka wears them. The two, I quickly Googled him. Is this the way to Amarillo that Tony Christie sang? I feel like Kate and I may have talked about this. It's not it's had a resurgence in Scotland of all things. Um,
Oh.
this song has become the unofficial national anthem of the Scottish football slash soccer team. Um, for some reason, I forget the reason. It was like the team went out and it came on karaoke and they sang it, and it's had a resurgence. Um,
Huh.
I think a couple of people sang it and raised money for charity, but there was that song, and then there was "Love Will Keep Us Together" by the Captain and Tennille, um, which I know that song, and he wrote both of those.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but then he also went on tour and did lots of things as a singer. But I just feel Neil Sedaka. Everyone knows the name, but not necessarily anything he actually did. Um,
Right.
But yeah, as you said, Mrs. Green thinks Rachel is needs some therapy. She's dating somebody like a dad. We do see Jennifer Aniston break when Ross goes to leave. She's doing everything she can to cover her mouth, but you can
Mhm.
see her laughing, and who wouldn't be? Um, Now we are getting to one of my favorite. We'll talk a little bit more. Like I said, the whole Ross and Mister Green, Doctor Green thing, I love. When Monica goes over to the boys' apartment and she sees Gunther, man alive, I love the way Gunther dances in this in this scene.
Yes.
Like he is just skipping through the apartment, and I don't know. It seems very Gunther-esque to me.
Yes. Yes. So funny. So
Here's
funny.
yet another question for you. We first car. Have we ever discussed our favorite board games? I wasn't sure if we had, but she
Yes,
mentioned
we
Boggle.
have.
I thought we
We
had.
have
Yes,
because we ended up talking about a podcast about board games.
that's right. Yeah, I've listened to the
Mhm.
one that Barry from Friends, Rachel's
Yes.
almost husband in real life, Michael something his name is, has a board game podcast. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, thought we had.
Okay, have you ever played Boggle?
Yes, played it a lot as a child. Yes.
Uh-huh. I played it a lot as a kid too, but it's so boring.
You're not a fan of it now. We played Boggle and
No.
Yahtzee. Those were two games we played a lot
Okay,
as a
I
family.
still love some Yahtzee. I was so excited to teach George how to play Yahtzee.
Right.
Yeah, like
It's a
Yahtzee.
good game.
It is. But yeah, no, Boggle is not great in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
I
then
haven't played in a long time.
there was a funny line that apparently got cut out of yours, but
Hmm.
it's like whenever she says, keep it down, we're about to get a Boggle tournament going or whatever.
Yes.
And then Chandler says, and Joey, if these people found out that they're playing spelling games over there, there'll be nobody left at our party.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
that line is not there.
and then they and they're standing there, they're like dancing, and then he like says that, and then they both stop and then die laughing.
So that's yeah. We see them dying laughing, but in response to Monica saying a Boggle tournament. So they
Yeah,
just
no,
cut out those few seconds.
yeah, but that was so funny to me because it was so rude. And then that's whenever Gunther comes dancing by.
I love the way he sort of skip dances. It's exactly how not that I've spent a lot of time imagining how Gunther would dance, but if I had, that's exactly how I would
It's
imagine it.
right on point. Yes.
Yes, that's it. Well, the
Mhm.
argue we then we descend into Rachel's mum and dad just moaning about each other, and it kind of goes back and forth. And there's some very '90s TV camera work when they kind of show Rachel. It sort of slows down, and she's in a bit of a panic. And the name of the song, what's the name of the song? It's not Big Yellow Taxi. That's another one. The one that's playing when her parents are complaining. Um,
Oh, I didn't even notice.
is it Parking
Which
Lot? Is that the name of the song?
I have no
It's one
idea.
of those songs you would know it if I played it, which I'm not going to just now. Um, but it was quite a famous song at the time.
Huh. Yeah,
You
I
don't know
didn't
what you've got till
even.
it's gone. No, no, it's not that one. That's
Yeah, no, I
it'll come
didn't
back to me.
even notice because I was so locked in on what they were complaining about because they talked about the pottery class and then the yoga
Yes.
class and the chihuahuas and all of
Yes,
that.
just back forth, back forth. Yeah, oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, but there was a song in it, and there was several songs because one of my favorite songs of all time is just from like from my youth. Is "Shoebox" by the Bare Naked Ladies, and that's playing in the background. One of
Oh,
their first hits um,
wow.
was playing there. let's see. Yeah, the Bare Naked Ladies, one of those bands that I'll go and see
Yeah,
pretty much
they're
anytime they come to
excellent.
Dallas. Yeah, absolutely love them. Yeah, it might have been Big Yellow Taxi. Now that I think about it, by Joni Mitchell. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Dang.
But that's where we end up in this scene that you love with Chandler and Rachel in the hallway.
Yes.
Yeah, talk us
And
through it. Why
I
do you love this scene?
okay, well, because it's Chandler. He's the one who, kind of had the rough childhood and all of that. And I love that that's who's out there talking. And
Right.
Chandler's consoling her. Like he knows what's wrong. Whenever she's like whenever he chases that girl out, she leaves and then he sees Rachel just kind of sitting there. And then
Yes.
he's like, how you holding up there, tiger?
Yes.
And she's, like, what in the world? But he knows what's wrong with her. And he's able to
Right.
recognize that and then talks with her and listens. And I thought it was just so sweet. Like,
He's such a good friend, isn't
what
he?
a good friend. And then, Ross comes out and she's just hugging him. And then it's like, okay, and here's Ross. He can take over here.
I
Because
do like that Passover. You know that
yeah,
they do.
because Ross couldn't have had that conversation with her, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And because he wouldn't understand. He wouldn't be able to come from a place where, and I don't know. Chandler's a good dude. He's
He
just a
is.
good dude and a good friend. And then I thought it was so sweet because she goes and she talks about, her 4th of July memories growing up, and it's always the same thing, like where it all sucks until it doesn't. And then
Yes.
it's all of them together enjoying the moment. And I thought it was a sweet, sweet, sweet scene.
It really is. Yeah, I love it.
Mhm.
I like seeing Chandler in that kind of soft light where he's willing to be a bit vulnerable and to help his friend out. No, I couldn't agree more. It kind of descends into a little bit of chaos with this final scene, though, when both Rachel's mum and dad are trying to leave. And I mean, I can't remember the order of all of it, but I do love the boys dancing to block Dr. Green from seeing Mrs. Green in the hallway.
Mhm.
It just, yeah, descends into a bit of farce.
Well,
Um,
and then whenever Ross is holding the door and squatting all weird, and
yes,
she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Well, I'm getting ready to ski
right.
or
Why
water
wouldn't you?
skiing or something." And that made me laugh because
It
yeah,
was
because
so
it's
good.
just what did you just say? Descend into just chaos, like
Yeah,
whatever that was.
absolutely. Dancing back and forth, Joey ends up kissing Rachel's mum to distract her, so they get Dr. Green. Just all of it. Um,
Mhm.
all of it being a mess. But we do end with that final scene where the volleyball. I wonder if the whole volleyball thing was set up, for this scene. Because the poor Flan gets decimated by the volleyball hurtling across the room.
Yes.
Um, and there is no flan, no cake, no dessert to be had at Rachel's birthday party in the end. Um,
But she did get her birthday wish.
she does get her wish. You are absolutely
And
right.
those things hardly ever come true.
Right. Yeah, it ends, but it's so funny in the end. Yeah, lots and lots of chaos, but a good end. A good end. I think it ends on a high with all this funny stuff in the hallway.
Yes.
Um, but I was just thinking, you obviously can have birthday cake, and then you can have cupcakes, and then you can have mini cupcakes. I'm going to ask you this week how many mini portions of flan, we're going to pretend you like flan, would you
Ugh.
give this week's episode, do you think?
Um Sorry, excuse me.
Quite all right. Quite all right.
Seven. Just a
Seven.
solid seven. Yep. Mhm.
All right. You know,
Yeah.
I think before I watched this, I would have gone with seven also. But I kind of decided I really did like the way it goes back and forth. There was some funnier parts that I'd forgotten about. So I'm actually going to go all the way up to an eight for this one. I
Wow.
enjoyed
Okay.
it more than than I thought I would, based on what I'd remembered. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, this one is going to be up to an eight. But how about your favorite character, your Gunther Central Park for this episode?
Okay. My Gunther Central Perk is Chandler. I love that scene with him and Rachel, and he's funny through that whole episode. And I also appreciate that at the last moment yeah, come on, we'll have half a party over here at our apartment, and here we go.
Yeah, it's
And so
I think
Chandler
that's a
wins it
great
for me.
choice. Yeah, it's hard to look past that scene with Rachel in the hallway. I'm right there with you. To me, that's it's quite an iconic moment. So I completely get why you've chosen Chandler there. He would have been my choice, but I just couldn't look past Ross dressing up as Mr. Green, Dr. Green, trying his best in all of this to just keep the peace. Um, I just there's something about that scene where he's got the glasses on. He's going to go fire up one of those bad boys, and he throws the cigarette onto Mrs. Green. And then there's something about the way he walks out into the hallway with the cigarette hanging out his mouth, and the glasses that just don't look like him, and the way he
Yeah,
stares at it just brilliant. So I'm going with David Schwimmer slash Ross
awesome.
for this one.
This is
But
a good,
yeah,
solid choice.
all in all, I felt this really well. I was pleasantly surprised with this episode. Rewatching, I haven't seen it in quite a while.
Well, you know what's interesting is I was thinking because we're starting to get close to the one where nobody's ready.
That's so. I was literally just counting on my notes how far to that one.
Yeah, and that one, it takes place all in the same place and all of that. And this one, it's one evening. One evening and it's the hallway and the two apartments and that's it.
So that
And
it's really interesting you bring that up because that occurred to me too. Steve, who hosted the very first and third episode of this podcast with me, talks a lot about bottle episodes, and he likes those where everything takes place in one location. And so to me, this was almost a semi-bottle episode because all it was just all between the two apartments.
yeah. I mean, it's all right there. And
Hmm.
so that's interesting. Bottle episodes. I could not for the life of me think of what that was because I knew that there was a term, but I could not remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know who made it up. I don't know if it's well known or Steve just made it up and I've stolen it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he
it's a thing either way.
It is. It is. We're going to own it, and we're going with bottle episodes. I did mention this, I think, back way at the beginning of this podcast. Steve will join us for that episode, which will be in about a month's time, because that is his single favorite episode of Friends in the entire series.
I love
So
that.
he wants to join the two of us to give us his thoughts on
I
that.
can't wait.
Yeah, so that'll be about a month. But next week we have
I
the.
can't wait for next week.
I'm looking forward to discussing this one
I
with you.
I remember this episode very, very well. I don't remember the what do you call it? The B line or
I call
B
it a B
plot?
plot, a B plot. The A
Yeah,
plot is
can't
Charlie
remember,
Sheen.
but I
Yeah,
remember Charlie Sheen. I remember the whole chickenpox thing. Like I'm pumped because this is so silly.
I love it, and it's again, it's one of these ones that I know the main storyline, but I don't remember the B plot or any of the sort of nuances of it. So I'm looking forward to rewatching this one and yeah, digging into this with you. The one with the chicken pox. But on that note, any final thoughts about this week's episode?
Yeah. I mean, it was a good solid episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, me too. Well, next week, yeah, the one with the chicken pox. I'm looking forward to discussing that. But on that note, thank you everybody for tuning in, as always, to the Purple Door podcast.